Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So welcome back. So in this video we are going to discuss on the second technique of differentiation, which is quotient rule. So why and when to use quotient rule. Okay, so before this, in the previous video I explained why and when to use product rule. Okay, so basically technique of differentiation we apply when we cannot differentiate that function directly. So at which or in which condition we might have to use quotient rule. So when you have your function in terms of y is equals to u over v. Okay, when your function is a fraction. Okay, so it can either be polynomial with exponential function, or it can also be polynomial with trigonometric function, or you might also have exponent with exponent, or you might also have trigonometric function with trigonometric function, and so on. Okay, so as long as your y is in terms of fraction. Steps involved in quotient rule is, first you need to identify variable u and v. Okay, so if you still remember, in our previous video on product rule, you can choose either one can be u and either one can be v. But for quotient rule, strictly you have to choose the numerator part as your u and the denominator part will be your v. So when you identify variable u and v, then you need to differentiate u and v correspondingly and substitute into this formula. So let's try to solve the first example here. So you are given y is equals to sine 4x over cos 4x minus sine 4x. So as you can see here, this one is a division between trigonometric function with trigonometric function. So clearly you should know that your u is equals to sine 4x and your v is equals to cos 4x minus sine 4x. So the next step is to differentiate u and v correspondingly. So differentiate u, or u prime is equals to 4 cos 4x, and your v prime is equals to negative 4 sine 4x minus 4 cos 4x. So the next one, we are applying quotient rule. So therefore your y prime is equals to vu prime. So you will have cos 4x minus sine 4x multiplied by 4 cos 4x vu prime minus, so what is your u? Sine 4x. So your v prime is equals to negative 4 sine 4x minus 4 cos 4x, and the whole thing over v squared. So you will have cos 4x minus sine 4x, the whole thing squared. Now expand and simplify here. Okay, for the denominator part you don't have to expand. Okay, so be careful with all the brackets here. So make sure you put your function in the bracket so that you might not make careless mistake. Okay, so expand this function will give you your y prime is equals to 4 cos squared 4x minus 4 sine 4x cos 4x So settle with the first part here. So the next one, you expand this function and also this one. So negative negative will give you positive. So plus 4 sine squared 4x, and again here negative negative, so you will have positive, plus 4 sine 4x cos 4x over cos 4x minus sine 4x, the whole thing squared. Okay, so simplify what you can simplify. So here you have negative 4 sine 4x cos 4x, and this one here plus sine 4x cos 4x, so you can cancel out. And as you can see here, you have cos squared, sine squared, and the coefficient of cos squared and coefficient of sine squared is 4, so you can factorize this one. So your answer will be y prime is equals to 4 cos squared 4x plus sine squared 4x over cos 4x minus sine 4x, the whole thing squared. So by applying identity, so this is trigonometric identity, so cos squared plus sine squared will give you 1. So therefore your last answer will be y prime is equals to 4 over cos 4x minus sine 4x, the whole thing squared. Okay, that's all. I shall see you in my next video for more discussion. Thank you.